Hey, welcome back to our marketing series on traveling businessman for career marketing. So today we're going to go over some principles. It's going to be a very quick video of how to basically expand your business without having to spend a lot of money or not spending money at all. So one of those things I like to do is explain to my clients this principle of growth marketing, right? So there's many examples of growth marketing. Hotmail, whenever it was still very large and important, it's not as much anymore. Google's taken over the world. But Hotmail, whenever it sent an email, it had an attached, um, basically a attached message that said, "P.S. We love you." Right. So people saw that they wanted to be engaged with that community. Right. That's a principle of growth marketing. What I'm going to explain today is brand sharing and how you're going to be able to leverage your brand on your social media channels and even in um, traditional methods, how to share your brand out there and engage communities so they engage you and follow you. So, I will explain what brand sharing is. Businesses tend to stay in their own bubble. What does that mean? That means they typically, if they grow a social media channel, they like to stay in that social media channel to engage their communities, right? Just their own. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you're seeking growth, especially growth marketing growth, then you got to expand what community that you're reaching to without using a big budget. Well, how do we do that? What are you going to do with your brand, right? This is why we call it brand sharing. You're going to put your brand in communities that are interested in what you do. So, for example, if you run a coffee and tea shop, what you want to do is infiltrate coffee and tea communities and basically just share what you're doing. And you have to be careful, right? You don't want to advertise. You don't want to say, "Hey, guys, come and buy these products." What you want to do is maybe wake up in the morning, right? You open up your shop, you take a picture of yourself or a cup of coffee you just made, right? And then you post under your brand's name, and then you just say, "Look at this beautiful morning we're having with my cup of coffee," right? And boom, you just shared your brand. Now, if you got something that's popular as coffee and tea, that's going to grow very quickly. People are going to go and see what you're doing. They want to be interested in who you are and what you got going on. So the first thing you're going to do is check out your profile. If it's something that's interested in them and is consistent with the message you've been putting out, then they're going to follow you. And that's the basic sense of brand sharing. Now, how do you do that traditionally? Well, traditional what it means in marketing is basically, the old ways before internet, right? Newspapers, going out setting up booths, right? Obviously we're not going to use newspapers, right? And I will advise against radio, but what you want to do is look for your local communities, right? Let's use a tea and coffee shop example again. If you run a tea and coffee shop, right, and there's events that you could cater, right, be a part of that event. Offer your services maybe at a reduced price, right? Offer to, bring those drinks and serve them, or just show up and support other people's groups and set up and say, "Hey, such and such coffee and tea shop is here," right? Post it on your social media, right? Be there in your community, engage with them, and you will see dividends. And it doesn't take a marketing budget, it takes time and attentiveness, right? So let's recap. Brand sharing, right? Sharing your brand within other communities, allowing people to share within your brand. Sharing grows exponentially. And then doing that, the same principles traditionally, and you will see dividends.